for my needs, and he has endured this. And as soon as he dies, the question in the grave is Man Rabbuka, who is your Lord? He has all his life endured that makhluk, the creation, is responsible for all his needs, and the question in the grave is who is your Lord? Means who was responsible for all your needs in the world? Who was responsible for all your needs when you were in the world? If we are endorsing that in our heart, that our job is responsible, our money is responsible for our needs, or bank balance or credit card or loans or references, or my manager is responsible for needs, the answer to that question will be the same as we are endorsed here, because the questions in the grave are related to heart and not tongue. What we have endorsed here in our heart, what we have certified in our heart, will be delivered there in the graveyard, in the grave. When angels asked him Man Rabbuka, he will definitely say what was in his heart. If it was in his heart that job, money was responsible for his needs, he will say money. If it was in his heart that job, credit card, property was responsible, or his sons were responsible for his need, he will definitely say their sons or property. If he is in his heart, his skills were responsible for his needs, he will definitely say in the grave, when angels ask him, he will say my skills were responsible for my needs. But the question in the grave is who is your Lord? Who was your sustainer? Who was your master? Who you considered to be your sustainer? Who you considered to be nurturer of your needs? He will definitely say what he practiced all his life. So this life of 40, 50, 60 years is a practice to that question. If we recognize Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here, in this life, we are able to answer that question. Unless and until we practice this, we make this life a practice for these questions of the grave, for the questions of all the three questions of the grave, we will never be able to solve that mystery of those questions. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us this life to practice for the questions of the grave, and we are not bothering. We want ourselves to be recognized, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I created you to recognize me, I created you to identify me, I created you to know me. But we are not knowing our Lord. We are not knowing how our sustainer is. We are not knowing how is nurturing, how is responsible, how is fulfilling the needs of the entire creation. But what we are bothered about mostly about is we are bothered about money. We are bothered more about the worldly life.